Story 1, The Passenger That Wasn't There. If you clicked on this video, it's because something about rain unsettles you. And tonight you'll understand why. 3 stories, one darker than the next. Let's start with a man who picked up the wrong passenger on a road that shouldn't exist. Daniel was driving back from a late shift. The rain hit the windshield like nails. Wipers struggled to keep up. His GPS rerouted him due to a flooded highway. The detour? A narrow road through a forest he didn't remember seeing before. As the road curved, headlights caught something or someone standing in the rain. A woman, soaked, barefoot, her eyes empty. Daniel slowed down. Against every instinct, he rolled down the window. "Do you need help?" he asked. She nodded once, silently, got in. No words, no thanks. Just wet clothes dripping onto the seat. Daniel tried breaking the silence. "Where to?" Still nothing. She pointed forward. That was it. The air grew cold. Colder than it should have been with the heater on. When he glanced at the mirror, she wasn't reflected in it. He looked to the passenger seat. She was still there, staring ahead. Goosebumps rose along his neck. Something was deeply wrong. He turned on the radio to distract himself. Static. Only static. Then, a faint voice through the noise. "Don't stop. He's behind us." Daniel slammed the brakes, heart pounding. He turned to her. She was gone. The seat dry, no signs of her at all. And outside the car, footsteps, approaching slowly, from the woods. He drove off in panic. Later, checking dash cam footage, he found something worse. At no point did she appear on camera. But at the 3-minute mark, a pale hand reached from behind his seat and stayed there until he got home. Daniel moved out of town weeks later. He avoids rain, avoids driving alone at night, but sometimes in storms, he sees that same forest road on his GPS, and it always says, route recalculating. Story 2, The Tapping on the Window. It began with the storm. Sophie hated thunderstorms, always had. But this one was different. It wasn't just the thunder that kept her awake. It was the tapping and the feeling that someone knew she was alone. Sophie's parents were delayed by the flood. They called from a motel, apologizing. "You'll be fine with Grandma," her mom said. But Sophie wasn't so sure. Grandma's house was old, remote, and surrounded by endless woods. The first night the power flickered. She tried reading to distract herself, but every shadow seemed to move. Then around 1:13 a.m. she heard it. Tap, 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 soft, measured, at her bedroom window. She froze, pulled the curtain aside just a little, but saw only darkness. No trees near enough to tap the glass. No wind strong enough to sound so human. She waited, listening. Nothing until tap, tap, tap. Now she stepped back. Her breath fogged the air. Even with the window shut, the cold had seeped into the room. In the morning, she told Grandma. The old woman stirred her tea slowly, eyes distant. "That window's too high for anyone to reach," she muttered. Then, as if remembering something she didn't want to say, "Don't open it. Ever." That night, Sophie tried sleeping with music, but the tapping returned. Longer now, tap, 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 tap. Then silence. Then a scraping noise, like nails against the glass. She ran to her grandma's room, but the bed was empty. The sheets still warm. Grandma's slippers gone. Front door, locked. But the back door, unlatched, open, swinging slightly in the wind. She stepped outside, barefoot on cold, wet grass. The backyard was pitch black. Then lightning, a flash, and a figure near the tree line, tall, thin, facing the house, then gone. Back in her room, Sophie checked the window. On the outside, 3 muddy fingerprints, high up where no person should have reached without a ladder, and scratched into the glass. "Hello." She confronted Grandma the next day. "You said not to open the window. Why?" Grandma finally answered. "Because I opened it once, and something came in." Her hands trembled. That was before your mother was born. Grandma explained, "It taps until you look. If you open the window and it marks you, then it waits. Could be years, could be days, but it always comes back." That night, Sophie heard not just tapping, but breathing. Heavy, raspy, right outside. She whispered, "I never opened it." And from outside, a whisper back, "But she did." Sophie never saw her grandma again. The police found the house empty, window glass shattered inward. Only one thing remained untouched. A single note on Sophie's bed, written in crooked, childlike handwriting. "Let me in." Story 3, The Man in the Drain. Lucas always found comfort in the rain. It muted the world, soft, steady, like a lullaby. But that night, the silence between raindrops whispered his name. Lucas. And it came from the drain. He leaned closer to the bathroom sink. At first, nothing. Then a ripple like water moving against pressure. And a voice. "Down here." Faint, but chilling. Not a hallucination. Not a dream. He laughed it off, told himself it was the plumbing. Old pipes echo weird sounds, but the next night it returned. This time louder, closer. It whispered things he hadn't told anyone. Private things, dark things. He told his friend Max, who joked, "Maybe your sink's haunted." Lucas didn't laugh. Instead, he asked Max to come hear it. They waited. Silence. Then, Max's name, whispered, from the tub drain. Max bolted. Lucas stayed, transfixed. Each night the voice grew clearer. It no longer just called him. It begged, pleaded. "Let me out. I'm so cold. I'm so hungry." He placed his phone near the drain, recording for hours. When he played it back, no whispers, but static that pulsed, like breathing, like a heartbeat. Then, a moan. One morning, the sink drain was cracked. Hair, black stringy hair stuck in it. But Lucas lived alone, and he shaved his head years ago. That night, he dreamt of drowning, but not in water, in skin. His mirror started fogging without heat, and writing appeared in the condensation. "Open," then, "Please," then the final message, "You're already mine." Lucas tried to block the drain. Towels, bleach, duct tape. Nothing worked. One night the lights went out, and the gurgling began. Deep, guttural, like something moving through flesh. He watched in horror as the sink stretched, metal groaning, porcelain cracking like bones. It widened too much, and a hand emerged. No skin, just raw muscle and yellow nails. Lucas screamed. The hand reached, not toward him, toward the mirror. It touched the glass. And a second hand emerged, from inside the mirror reflection. He stumbled out, ran from the apartment. Neighbors say he was screaming, "He's in the walls, he's everywhere." He never returned to the unit, but someone, or something, did. The landlord called police weeks later due to the smell. Lucas's bathroom was flooded with black water, thick, rotten. They found no body, just a note scratched into the inside of the drain pipe. "He's free, I'm not." If you've ever heard something strange on a rainy night, drop a comment below. Was it just your imagination? Or did something answer back? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Because next time, you might be the one in the story.